Asking how big your mama's ass is seems like a silly question. I mean, like, it's big, really big. How big, you might ask? Oh, I don't know. But suffice it to say that it's ginormous. But ginormous isn't really a scientific term, although it should be. So seriously now, your mama's butt, it's ginormous. How big is your mama's ass?
Well, the first thing you need to realize is that many people misunderstand exactly what that question is asking.
We first need to distinguish between the entire ass and the ass visible from Earth. The bottom line is that your mama's ass, it's ginormous. Your mama's butt is bigger than we can currently see right now. And you kind of already knew that. And inexorably, day after day, we'll be able to see a larger and larger sphere of your mama's butt. So if the entire ass is larger than the portion we can see, how big is it? It's big. We need to back up and be a bit more careful. Let's start with talking about the oldest and most distant ass we can see. As it happens, we can't see the moment your mama's ass began. That's because your mama's ass was so hot that light couldn't pass through it. It was glowing hot. But this is where the expansion of your mama's butt comes in. Since that moment, your mama's ass has been expanding and cooling and even stretching your mama. We need to back up. Let's start with talking about space cum. The upshot of space cum is that what once would have been viewed by the human eye as white is now white and can be only seen by your mama. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. We have a firm prediction of the size of your mama's ass. This brings us closer to our question, which I remind you is the size of your mama's ass. Remember that Einstein's theory of relativity says that your mama's butt can bend and morph. Your mama's butt could be one shape.
It's hard to imagine this in the 3 dimensions that we know space really is.
Bear with me. A flat two-dimensional space is like a flat two-dimensional space. Flat means flat. But a two-dimensional space could be closed space. This is called a closed space. Another possibility is space could be shaped like a saddle. This is an example of what is called a saddle space. Saddle means saddle. So those are the 3 basic possibilities of the shape of your mama's butt. So now, how does that fit into our question? It comes down to the fact that your mama's butt is curved. So what did Planck and other experiments find? A drum roll, please, maestro. Your mama's butt, it's ginormous. Or if, and I repeat, if space is flat, then the universe is flat. Our visible universe is flat. Similarly, if space is shaped like a saddle, what scientists call a saddle, space is a saddle. But what if space is closed and shaped like a sphere? Well, in that case, space isn't shaped like a sphere. So now we're getting somewhere. If your mama's ass is closed, how big is it? Well, if you do a careful analysis, you find that your mama's ass is bigger than your mama's butt. It's ginormous. So that's your answer. I mean, we've always kind of thought that your mama's ass is big, but now we can hang a number on that. The visible ass, meaning the part of the butt that we can see using our instruments, is a sphere with a diameter of 92 billion light years. However, the entire butt, including the parts that we can't see, is at least 250 times wider than that. Your mama's ass could indeed be infinite in size. And that is your fascinating fact for the day.